Hey there, my name is Rohit Kumar, and today we are going to discuss another very important journal whose name is IEEE Communications Magazine. So, as you must be aware about this particular magazine because it's quite old, and most of the IEEE authors have or try at least to publish their work in these sort of magazines because their impact factor, their community bondings, the researchers collaboration and all the things are in the favor of publication in such magazines, whether it's a communication magazine or the wireless communication magazine sort of. So we'll discuss one by one different points which are kind of positive aspects of this particular magazine and why you should go for publishing in this particular magazine or journal. But before that, we will discuss some of the basic things like what sort of things are in the focus in this particular journal. So this particular journal focuses on the wireless networks and the related communication. So computer networks come into the picture. Additionally, the telecommunication engineering is a major focus of this particular journal. Additionally, the very large scale integration, the multimedia related contents, and the ubiquitous computing and the system engineering come into focus. Now, while dealing with these sort of areas, then you need to come across a lot more keywords and the key technologies. So the 5G, wireless sensor network, wireless network, software-defined networking, cellular networks, device-to-device communication, wireless communication, broadband communication, cognitive radio-based communication, etc. These sort of things come into picture. So a lot more researchers are coming together and having kind of collaboration. And as per the statistics available at my side, more than 160 plus countries authors have been publishing their works with this particular journal. So you can assume that what sort of diverse presence might be there, and you may become a part of that research collaboration or get associated with some good peer groups if you are interested in. So these sort of activities means publishing in good journal, going to a good conference always brings you new connections. So in this way, people want to publish or to go to good venues again and again. Now coming to the authors and details means what sort of authors means which particular countries authors do go for publication in this particular journal or magazine. So some very well-known universities authors are publishing their works in this, including the University of California, University of London, Nokia Bell Labs, then Chinese Academy of Sciences, the University of Texas Systems, Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, IBM, etc. Okay, so you can see that the industrial as well as the well-known academic institutions have been engaged in publishing with this particular magazine. And in this way, you should think that whether you should go for this particular journal or not. Now, coming down that just by seeing the authors or the institution's name, should we go for a particular journal? Yes, you can go for if the journals or the authors are reputed ones, because reputed people don't follow the wrong path. But still, if you want to do research at your own side, then we'll go one by one. So here you can see that impact factor and the other metrics related to this particular journal are listed. But I always recommend that don't go on impact factor. Always firstly see the indexing of the journal. So we always focus on SCI, which is the best indexing possible. And worldwide, its reputation is well known. Second thing is the Q ranking of the journal, and third ranking is the impact factor. Impact factor comes last because there are so many ways just to increase your impact factor, including the self-citations, journals, policies, and the acceptance rate of the journal, and so many other things. Okay, so coming to the impact factor, as you can see, it's good enough, though it is the last thing to see, but still it is good one. Okay, then coming down here, you can see the aim and scope of this particular journal. So here you can see that most of the articles are related to technology, systems, science, market trends, development methods, regulatory and policy issues. Okay, and when you come to the publication details, then a lot more details are here. Here you can see the peer review related details. So at least two independent reviewers, which is pretty common in most of the IEEE papers. And then you may also find the peer review related details, whether it's a single blind review or double blind review. Okay. Then the publication fees are discussed here. So the subscription and the article processing charges are quite common again. And the errors related to in publishing articles. So some of the errors are there, then you may contact to the respective editor or the team member, and then you can put your discussion forward. And coming to the publishing ethics, copyright licenses, post-publication information detailing everything is provided down here. Additionally, some of the related information for authors, editorial board related information, the communication society or the communication magazine related links are provided here. One important thing is the editorial board, because it's always comes handy if there is some problem in publishing or your paper is over length or something like that, then you need to contact with the editorial board. So in this way, you need to see that what type of roles are there with respect to members. So the Antonio Sanchez is the editor-in-chief. He comes from Spain, and the associate editors-in-chief, then the director of magazines, then senior advisors, and some of the series editors, and there are the design and implementation of devices, circuits and systems related members, then some military commission and network related member, technical editors, associate technical editors. Means there is a well-defined hierarchy. So in some of the journals, you will see that there is only editor-in-chief's name, or there are some editorial board member there, but there is no clear-cut division. So there is a kind of confusion whom to contact with. Okay, so, but when you come to some well-known journals or magazines, especially I like the Elsevier in this aspect. IEEE has the faster publication, but Elsevier has a well-maintained system. So when a fresh user or the researcher's point of view, if you think so, it comes handy to go with Elsevier, because everything is provided at the homepage only, be it the editorial board members, their segregation and detailings, be it the top readership, top authorship related details, all the metrics related to the journals, etc. Everything is provided at the homepage only. And it makes it very easy for a fresh researcher to go with and have a handy introduction to each of these things. In IEEE, though I like IEEE for its faster publication, but to look into the things, to find the related details, it's a bit clumsy in comparison to elsewhere. Okay, now coming back to the original discussion of the journal. So we are here again, and here you can see that the frequency is 12. It means it is a kind of monthly publication. Okay, so when the frequency is more, means a more number of articles are supposed to come, and that's why the this again citation game gets influenced. That's why the monthly articles usually have more number of citations, and that's why good impact factor. But it is a probability, because again it will also depend on the acceptance rate of the journal or the magazine. Okay, now coming to the current issues, because current issue will give you a fair idea about what kind of topics are in focus of for this particular magazine. So if you are planning, then you should also plan your work according to the current issues focus. So here you can see that recently the network testing, then programmable networks, anomaly detection, then AI for networking, dynamic environments based solutions, blockchain. These are some of the key technologies or the key domains where you can focus, because these are some of the things, means some of the papers which are recently accepted, and obviously they are going to be the kind of base for the future research. So in this way, the early access or the current issue articles you should see. Early access and the current issue difference is that current issue articles have been published, means they are available under the proper format online. Early access articles are also available for access online, but they are not in proper format. They have been accepted, but they are not duly processed yet. Okay, that's why they are under production, you can say. Then coming to the all issue information will give us the idea how long this journal is in function. So here you can see the from 70s. Now 70s start or last, so you can see 70s last. So we'll not count 70s. Then we will count 80s, means 10, 20, 30, 40, and 2020s is running. So 43 years you can say almost this journal has been running. Okay, since last 43 years. So in this way, we can see that quite long journey, and the statistics are good. Now see whether, let's see whether the journal is SCI or not, because that is the first criteria. From my point of view, you might be different. Okay. So here is the SCI list available at the Clarivate site in the form of master journal list. So we'll search this the name, and here is the indexing. So you can see that it is the Science Citation Index Expanded Journal, means it is SCI. So okay, so SCI and SCIE means Science Citation Index and Science Citation Index Expanded, both are kind of similar things. Recently the science citation index got expanded, so it became science citation index expanded. So here the SCIE means SCI only. So here now we come to the focus that the journal is SCI. Now whether it's Q1 or not, so it should be Q1 or Q2, then it becomes a very good journal for publication, because impact factor we have already checked and it's very good. So now see, the H index is very good. Usually the H index more than 100 is considered good, as per my opinion, but here you can see it's more than 250, so it is very good. And it's a USA journal with the two major tracks of computer science and engineering, having a particular focus of computer networks and communication, computer science applications, and electrical and electronic engineering. Okay, come down. Here it is the SSN number. The coverage is from 79 to 2020. They have discussed. Then here is the scope of the journal. We have already seen, so we will not go into the details. Now it is the best part. I like about these means recently I have been discussing the IEEE top-notch journals. So all of these means usually the top niche journals are coming in this form only, means they are all throughout their Q1. Okay, so in this way you can see all the three quartiles are running at Q1. At least since 1999 they have provided the data. Before that I don't know. So here in this way, and considering the fact that the journal is SCI, it is Q1 throughout, and its impact factor is near to 10. So in this way, it is very good choice. But because of these factors only, there is a tough competition. So the alternative choices are IEEE wireless communications, IEEE network, IEEE regular technology magazine, IEEE communication service, and tutorials. Another, this is if you are planning survey, it is the best journal, okay, that you can find, and its visibility is also very great. Coming to the other metrics, so here you can see the SGR graph is going down, which is a bit concern in 2020. Total number of documents are very sharp decrease, and it is a again it is a matter of concern. Is it or not? I will say it is debatable, because again it is a concern if you see that the less people are going for publication, but it is not. It might not be the case because the journal is very popular. It might be the case that journal policies have been changed and now the acceptance rate of the journal has gone down. So that's why they are accepting this number of articles. So you can see that the selection criteria has gone tougher, and that's why only few articles are clearing the threshold of getting accepted. So only 190 articles got published in 2020. And here the citations per documents you can see with respect to last 2 years. This is a serious point. This should have been increased, but as the number of documents accepted are less, so definitely the number of citations per documents would also be less. Most probably, not a guarantee, but probability is there. Additionally, the self-citation means that the total number of citations have gone down. Self-citation graph is almost constant. So that is, but still will say then gap has become down. Means this gap is going on an inclination. So in this way, they are going to map some way if they are proceeding like this. So this is not a good indication. And here you can see that this mapping has been going wider. So which is not a good thing, because the external citation should map the citation per document graph, means no self citation, which gives a clear ethical guideline adaptation policy to the journal. Coming to the international collaboration, here you can see that international collaboration were very down in 2019. In 2020, they gone up a bit, which is good thing. Then the uncitable documents, non-citable documents are very much, means this is a matter of concern. Why is, such a high number of documents are non-citable? Due to some ethical or the printing or the publication policy violation, or due to some reason. Okay, if you know some other more reasons for this particular thing, please comment down below. Then out of the publishable document or the citable documents, how many actually got cited? So you can see these 890 actually got cited in 2019, 831 got cited in 2020, and the 163 were not cited. So again, the thing, your work didn't get cited, don't worry. Might be you are working in a very specific area, or very less people are working in your area. Coming to the final conclusion, the IEEE Communications Magazine is a Q1 journal overall, and it is a very good journal to go with. So it's my sincere suggestion to go for publishing if your research focus aim and the final overall version of your research is going into the aim and scopes and direction of this particular journal. And specifically, if you are working in the field of communication, then by default it becomes a choice for you. Okay, specifically coming means talking to the futuristic technologies like IoT, then wireless networks, then low power devices, etc. If you're focusing on these issues, then this sort of magazines is a very good choice for you. And if you're writing a tutorial or sort of things, then again, because magazines do focus on surveys, tutorials, and these sort of articles. Okay, so in this way, this is a very good choice for you. So with this, I think I should stop. And if you didn't like anything, please let me know. I will definitely try to have your comments, and definitely will try to improve my future videos with your provided inputs. So thanks for watching this video again. Thanks again. Happy learning.